ambulance?
Yeah. What's the temperature set in the police department?
72.
Okay. You actually have a policy?
Do we have a policy? No.
Yeah. You have a policy? I'm talking to Doug.
There is no air conditioning at the water plant.
Down here.
In here, that thing's not on unless I'm in there.
Okay. The point is
No,
if
there's
we're
not,
going to
no,
say
there's not a written policy.
if we're going to say this, I hate, saying something for the sake of saying it, it don't mean anything.
I'm not so much worried about thermostats and
I'm not even.
lights as I am securing buildings and chains,
Yeah.
fences and stuff like that.
Totally agree.
The thermostats are important when you get a $300 bill for
I was gonna say, you guys worry about that, I'll worry about
But my point is,
utilities are out of sight down there.
totally agree.
That's the community center.
No, that's a police station.
Oh, police station arm.
Yeah. There gotta be something done. Come up with a plan to cut it somehow.
I'm sorry?
Cut, somebody needs to come up with a plan to cut utility costs at the police station.
Insulated.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Can it be, does it have to be maintained we can take this up somewhere.
Yeah.
Sure, I mean, the biggest thing is just that that's why we want to get it resided and insulated. It's not, it's over 100 years old.
I
I
agree.
mean,
It's no brick building, it's
Yeah.
gonna be bad.
Yeah, but it's just
nothing is, I mean,
far more than we can afford $3,000 to $4,000 a year to.
sure. I mean, everything's shut off when we leave and what have you. It's just,
So
Here must be a little.
we can talk about taking thermostats out or
Either we take them out or we have policies for every building we have. That's all I'm saying. Because right now this means nothing.
You can control them with this.
Totally agree. Totally agree. But as far as writing a policy goes, I definitely don't want to start putting that in here. And that's what you'd have to do. And then you say, okay, that means we gotta have basically iPhones for every employee, and we don't. And then she's gotta do it. That's not her job, that's town business, she's clerk treasurer. So there's all kinds of issues there as far as saying, we're just gonna do it that way. I think, as far as this goes, you take that thermostats and you write a separate policy during operating procedures. As far as,
because thermostats has nothing to do with building security.
no. But Rita put it in there for some reason. But it doesn't have anything to do with employee handbook.
Yeah. Okay.
So what are you taking with your?
Thermostat, the entire sentence.
Okay. Expense reimbursement. Only authorized persons may purchase supplies in the name of the town of Odin. No employee whose regular duties do not include purchasing shall incur any expense on behalf of the town of Odin or bind the town of Odin by any promise or representation without written approval. Expenses incurred by an employee must have prior approval by the town board for amount over, that's what we got set. A separate policy regarding the purchase of routine supplies is included in the office operating policies manual. Where's that at? Reimbursements made personally by the employee for the town for amounts under $25 will be included in the employee's next regular paycheck. An example of such expense would include mileage. If the amount is more than $25, the reimbursement request will be processed like an invoice. All completed reimbursement request forms should be turned in to the town clerk treasurer.
Is that what we need there?
That's hosed. I think you need to rewrite the entire paragraph, that's your bailiwick. You can't, right now, you can say, where it says only authorized persons may purchase supplies in the name of the town of Odin. I guarantee you that that's not in any job description, yet everybody does it.
Well, no,
You rewrite that section, Ben, you do that, that's your bailiwick. Because that's totally hosed. And this other operating policies manual, we don't have that.
Yeah, she keeps referring to that, no, she,
Unless she wants to write one, or wants her to write one, you pay for it.
We don't need more books.
No, we don't.
okay. So Beth will rewrite that and we'll review it again.
Yeah.
Immigration law compliance. The town of Odin employs only United States citizens and those non-US citizens authorized to work in the United States in compliance with the Immigration Reform and Control Act of 1996.
Is that legal to say that?
Well, she wrote it.
I'm hoping it is, since our lawyer wrote it. Each new employee,
Oh, it's the I-9 form, yep, oh, this is what.
as a condition of employment, must complete the Employment Eligibility Verification Form I-9 and present documentation establishing identity and employment eligibility. Former employees who are rehired must also complete the form if they have not completed an I-9 with the town of Odin within the past 3 years, or if their previous I-9 no longer retained or valid.
Does it
That's,
say who,
I'd like to see that checked with Rita.
I know this part. That's true.
If she wrote it, maybe just review
Well,
it.
I think she pulled out some manual, so I mean,
At least review it, and if that's what the current is, well,
Well, and then who do you want to do the eligibility verification?
well,
got the police.
well, I mean, they have to go with all their other stuff with you, don't they, as far as the W-4 and not, I mean, if you don't care, I mean, it's supposed to stay with all the same.
That's fine. And it has to be done.
background check, we just say.
Yeah, I mean, she takes all that right there in her files, so.
It has to be done within like 24 hours of the employment. So, add it first, check.
Okay. Employee communications.
That's what.
Under normal working conditions, employees who have a job-related problem, question, or complaint should discuss it with the town board. Hopefully this will reach the simplest, quickest, and most satisfactory solution.
I like that.
I don't.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
I'm okay with it.
I do, I think it's okay.
Means everybody, Brett Craze is coming to us bypassing the supervisor. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Means Scott's coming to us bypassing the supervisor.
But you have to have that out again, right?
Huh?
You have to have that second person. that
Yeah.
you can go to.
He should say in here that he will, first of all, discuss it with his supervisor. If he gets nowhere with his supervisor,
Or if they're not comfortable going to
or
supervisor,
if they're
because
not
it's,
comfortable going to the supervisor,
I wouldn't want somebody intimidated and not feel comfortable with
Right.
the supervisor. Well, go to a town board member and,
then the supervisor should be fired.
well, then
If
that's,
his employees can't come to him, and we get wind of that, fire him. You know, you don't, you've gotta have a chain of command, or you're gonna be having every single little bitty problem
They'll
with your
come running,
person.
they'll come running to the board
Yes,
time.
on everything, and your supervisor would be useless.
But you do have to have
but
it
I
out.
think I walked
Yeah.
up to
yeah,
the guy, how's it going, how you doing?
well,
I can't tell you that because the chain of command says,
No,
No.
you can do that anytime. Now, if you're gonna say, is Doug treating you all right? No, you shouldn't do that.
well, I will.
They're probably gonna say no.
No, but
No, there should be a freedom to,
well, I mean, they've got to go to the supervisor, but they also got to have it out if they're not comfortable.
that's correct.
Yes, you have to. There's nothing wrong with you saying, and why did you not feel like you could go to your supervisor?
And you discuss that, if that's a town board issue, you discuss that with the supervisor present. If it's valid, you gotta correct the action.
well, why was this written? So, it doesn't even mention supervisor.
No, it doesn't. That's a reason.
With time, probably,
No, this is
in
really
the old, in the handbook.
That's Rita's new
I
one.
thought in the old handbook, it was written they didn't have. Each department was each department. One guy in each department, they didn't have a supervisor.
Yeah,
They entered directly to the board.
God, no wonder they ain't never got anything done.
yeah. I don't know, I just like a secondary fallback plan in case,
It's your call.
Well, I just don't want them coming to us every time if there's a problem, because then we shouldn't even have a supervisor.
That's right.
But we just need to specify, under normal work conditions, employees who have job-related problems, discuss it with their supervisor and slash, or if they feel uncomfortable